Yes.
Yes.
So Sally's getting ready to take the stage. She's an author. She's going to help you captivate, connect, and convert. So grab your notebooks, open up your ears, and get ready to learn from Sally's journey to gain actionable strategies to refine your communication and grow your business. Sally, take it away.
Hello, everybody. It was wonderful to see you all here. I've got some guests, so thank you so much for coming. Um, so, I am Sally Chetwynd. I am Brass Castle Arts. I am a wordsmith, an author, and an editor, and I provide literary services to polish your gem because everybody's got something to say, and even if it's a rough draft, it's a gem. There's something in there that's worth pulling out and polishing. So, there's my initial contact information. And then we will go to the dreaded About Me slide. So, that picture down in the corner, that's my next older brother and me. I'm 4 years old, and I call it the Bonnie and Clyde photo because we are a grim looking pair. It's one of my favorites. So some of the jobs I've had, and I've published a couple of novels, um, involved in community projects and professional associations. And if you want to know more about them, let me know, and I'll be happy to talk with you. So we're going to romp through the chemistry of language today, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Do you notice a similarity between the chemical diagram for coffee and the sentence diagram for Jabberwocky or anything else you might want? Did anybody here ever go through sentence diagramming in school? I don't know if they've done anything with it since I was in school many, many moons ago, but I found it a lot of fun. But then I'm kind of geeky. I was taught this by dirt poor nuns in the 1960s. And it was first developed, the sentence diagramming, in 1847. By 1877, it was integral in public schools. It's our oldest graphic organizer in the language arts. It was designed to help students see connections among grammatical concepts in sentence structure. It promoted critical thinking and reading comprehension. By the 1960s, however, it fell from favor after the National Education Association inspected it critically. The NEA, just established in 1965, announced in 1985 that the practice hindered students' ability to improve as speakers and writers, and it all but disappeared. The problem arose, however, because teachers were not instructed in how to teach the practice or why it's important to English comprehension. I think it's critical in how I'm able to read almost peripherally something new that I've never read before and read it relatively smoothly. I think that and phonics, because I had phonics too. So here's our basic chemistry. We probably all remember this from high school. The atom is the basic structure of any element. Um, the electrons, the protons, the neutrons, these particles are meaningless without established positions and relationships within the atom and with other atoms. So the the structural arrangements of chemical features within matter, subatomic particles, electrons, neutrons, and protons, these make up atoms. Atoms combine to form molecules. Molecules combine to form compounds, and compounds combine to form matter. And here we are with basic language. We've got that chemical atomic structure again. Written material is very similar with letters, phrases, sentences, paragraphs, and documents. The letters of the alphabet are like subatomic particles. A letter by itself is meaningless, but within a word it takes on meaning because of its position and relationship with other letters. For example, the word tar, an atom, has the same letters, subatomic particles, as the words rat and art, other atoms, but they don't have the same meaning because of the position of the letters in each word. Here's the periodic table of chemical elements. All matter in the universe consists of infinite combinations of this relatively small number of elements. Does anybody remember Tom Lair's song called The Elements, for which he appropriated a Gilbert and Sullivan patter song to recite the names of every chemical element in the periodic table? He's now in his mid 90s. He was a mathematician and a political scientist at MIT and elsewhere, and he has entertained himself and lots of audiences internationally by writing and performing parodies, accompanying himself on the piano. I'll put a link to his performance for the chemical elements in the chat for your listening pleasure. If you don't know him, you're in for a treat. So here's the periodic table of language elements. So the elements of language aren't all that much different from those of chemistry. Our language's elements, letters, are combined to form words, which are organized into sentences, which are arranged into paragraphs, which make up the content of a document. The context of the document is formed from the specific arrangements and meanings of the words, sentences, and paragraphs. Syntax, if you will. The chemical structure. All matter, solid, liquid, gas, in the universe consists of a unique combination of chemical elements. Scientists determine the elements in matter with experiments, heat, pressure, physical manipulation, whatever, by breaking it down and isolating its purest components, the atoms. Knowing how matter is constructed advances their ability to apply or manipulate that structure in other situations, even in creating new matter from scratch. I'm kind of curious about what that chemical on the blackboard in the background is. And sentence structure, we're back to that diagram. How many of you were subjected to this in school? How many of you now shudder? How many of you now smile fondly? Like the chemists in their labs, word nerds like me break down a sentence into its basic components to understand its structure. Words in different places within what appears to be the same sentence can change the sentence's meaning. Here's an example. The placement of the word only changes the meaning of the sentence because only modifies the word it is nearest. Only she likes chocolate ice cream. She's the only one of a group who likes chocolate ice cream. She likes only chocolate ice cream. Of all the flavors of ice cream, chocolate is the only one she likes. She likes chocolate ice cream only. She likes nothing else edible in the world except chocolate ice cream. She likes chocolate only ice cream. She doesn't like other flavors with her chocolate ice cream, such as Neapolitan with its vanilla and strawberry. So language structure. Similarly, a written document can be broken down into its individual components to its atomic level. If you need to write a paper, collect all the ideas and elements you want to discuss, then develop an outline to address them. As an exercise, by decomposing a document that already exists, you can see how it's structured, you can see its outline, and learn how to create a document from scratch, developing your own outline first. This kind of exercise develops the skill to design the structure of a document before you begin. The outline becomes a template, mental, hard copy, or both, to guide your design of the finished product. Deconstructing an object teaches a hands-on lesson. My oldest brother learned how to put together harness for carriage horses by taking old harness apart. The first piece is taken apart where the last piece is put together, and so forth in reverse to the first pieces put together. Throughout history of the written word, writers have produced billions of written works, presenting and developing original concepts and ideas, addressing every aspect of life. All these works have been created, expounded, and expanded upon simply by combining the mere 26 letters of our puny alphabet. And that's just in alphabet-based languages. In any written language, mere symbols convey concrete and abstract concepts and their relationships. That says an awful lot about the infinite capacity of the human mind. It's hard to grasp the endless possibilities ahead. So here's a great quotation from Melanie Phillips of StoryMind. I don't think StoryMind is still online. I subscribed to it for a while. Always had lovely little tidbits. These things come and they go, so it's wise if we capture them when we can. And here is my final information. So I hope that if you need to get in touch with me, you will do so. And thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you. Let's see. For some reason, I can't